Oh, yes, the sweet, sweet sounds of another episode of Social Distance Drinking Club. It's the halftime show. Guys, it's football. It's football.
It's football!
Football! And not that I'm the biggest football follower. I'm a fan of watching the game, but this was a lot of fun today. There was sports on the TV. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yusuf is used to befriending football offensive linemen, not watching them play football.
Listen, I've gone and watched them play football, obviously. So they've invited, you know.
I missed the idea of getting stressed out over football players that I have no control over and not what they're doing, but it still impacts my fantasy team. So, that was a nice change of pace from my normal casual Sundays of stress-free. So, yeah, this has been fun.
One word or two words?
I'm just laughing because, I'm just now looking at my iPad and it says recommended tweet from Arizona Cardinals. Blocked!
Guys, thank you for joining us. It's time for you to tell us what you're drinking. Type it in the comments. We're going to go around the room, the virtual room, the pub.
Wait, real quick. Why did the Arizona Cardinals block Adam Ledford?
Great question.
Turns out I was doing top half professional, bottom half dirty.
Did you actually get blocked by the Arizona Cardinals?
No.
Oh, okay. No. Very confused.
No, but his joke would have gotten a flag thrown for roughing the kicker.
PJ, thanks for joining us. PJ says he's mourning the Colts' loss and drinking a Wren House Valley beer. Good choice of beer. Bad choice of team, maybe? I don't know. I mean, is there a quorum on this?
if you're trying to drink away the pain of losing to Jacksonville, you should probably go with something stronger.
Brett, no, because that stuff's all gone at this point. I don't think Colts fans have much left that's strong after last season and everything else that's preceded it. So, you take what you can at this point.
Would you say their luck ran out?
But we're going to distance him for that one.
Let's just all take a slow sip and let that one settle in.
Ashley's joining us with a Negroni, and I see Chris McBeth is here celebrating a Cardinals victory. I love it. Yes, I'm going to give all props to Wizard over here, Mr. Adam Green, because I was worried about starting Kyler Murray, but I was worried about keeping Kyler Murray. And so I did it. It happened. It's a thing. There we go.
I'm no fantasy football genius or genius of really any kind, as everyone who's watched this show and knows me can attest. But there are certain fantasy football questions that get posed by people like Yusuf where you just go, what the hell are you even asking that for? In this case, Yusuf just drafted his team. He had his team for an entire day. And he's like, I'm thinking of changing my quarterbacks and cutting Kyler Murray, who I assume you drafted for a reason. And for who knows why you're like, maybe I should cut him? For Ryan Tannehill or
No, that's not what I was going to do.
Hang on. Adam, you're like, we're supposed to be complete humans and we're supposed to own our strengths and weaknesses. And this man decided that he didn't have a lot of knowledge in this area, went to the subject matter expert, and you are dragging him out on the
Yes, absolutely.
That's harsh, man.
I'm trying to teach him to fish, Adam. I'm trying to teach him to fish.
I want to ask the audience if they're anyone who plays fantasy football, if their fantasy team did well. And I was trying to come up with a fun pun. And all I could come up with was, did your fantasy team kill it or spill it? Like spilling the drink. It's a party foul. Did they kill it or did they spill it? I want to know. Where are we at right now so far? But let's start with what we're drinking because we haven't talked about that.
Let's move on from that fun real fast.
Let's go with drinks first. Mr. Adam Green, what do you got?
Little other half, all Citra everything.
Ooh,
Nice.
Double dry hopped. It is excellent, as I imagine most people would have assumed based on the fact that it's an other half IPA, but really enjoyable.
Mr. Adam Ledford?
In the spirit of it being mid-September, we're having a mini, party of few Oktoberfest. We're celebrating our dog Brisket's birthday with a brisket-themed birthday party. I made brisket.
Can we talk about that? You cooked a brisket. You cooked a brisket on your dog Brisket's birthday. Like,
we didn't name the dog Brisket, so I would never have brisket again. I mean, if your dog's name was Bacon, would we be having this conversation, Adam Green?
I would never name my dog Bacon because I know better than that.
But if you named your dog Pickle, it'd be dead. So, or watermelon. Terrible.
Yeah, poor pickled watermelon is still sitting there at the animal shelter, watching Adam Green fade into the horizon.
Did we get to Mr. Brett Barry?
Not yet. I have a Ermagerd Slurshee.
Oh, I want to try it.
I believe Justin Richard is on. I stopped in and he pointed me to this one, and it is delightful.
Well, Brett, that's a good-looking shirt, by the way.
Oh, you like that?
So Justin Richard said,
so what's the shirt here? Here we go.
Nice. You know what really grinds my gears?
So where's that from, Brett?
Simple Machine.
Indeed.
So we started talking about football, and we got some comments. So I want to switch topics real quick and go over there. Back to, did your fantasy team kill it or spill it? And speaking of Justin Richard, Justin said, how about that Bengals blunder?
Gotta make the chip shot field goal. That's unfortunate for
all of his teams are killing it. Tell us, did your team kill it or spill it, guys? And if somebody spilled it, who are you blaming on your lineup? Because I'm curious. Gotta know. What about you guys?
I'm gonna get killed because I have two running backs and a wide receiver from Denver, and they only have to make a total of 100 points between the three of them, and then I'll be right back in this thing. I suck at fantasy. I won the first, 14 years ago when I joined this league that I'm still in. I won the first season, and that screwed me up for 8 years because I thought it was easy, and I didn't understand why everybody couldn't just win if you just put in a nominal amount of effort. And it turns out it's really hard. It's entirely based on luck and knowing the amount of stuff that Adam Green knows and not the amount of stuff that I know. And I have sucked ever since. And my only my silver lining is that I usually spoil the playoffs for a very strong team that should have gotten in. And that's the one week that the stars align and I fuck their playoff chances.
So fantasy football is literally like poker in that you can be the smartest person, know all the odds, make all the best moves, and still get your ass handed to you 45% of the time.
Which is where this comment comes in. Chris McBeth says, I won fantasy football at work without ever changing Yahoo's default team. Don't tinker. I learned one thing from the season of the league. Don't tinker. And then
we messed it all up because we think we know better than these rankings are put together with the computers and all the actual experts who watch every game, every player, break it all down. And we're like, screw you, Yahoo. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to take this guy that I saw on Twitter was having a really good training camp practice.
Hey, wait. Next thing you're going to tell me is you're going to tell me to listen to a fucking epidemiologist. Fucking mask.
Only in this case, the epidemiologists are going to be right way more often than even the fantasy football experts are.
Based
luck.
Based on this conversation, the next thing I'm going to hear is maybe listening to a pulmonologist about lungs and masks, right? Who would say any of those things?
Me and Adam Ledford would have to go a long way in our close circle to find a pulmonologist that would know something about these things.
I'll say I'm married to a pulmonologist and I never listen to her, so it's.
So you guys, fantasy team so far through this Sunday. Some of us have Thursday games that we clearly have already passed, and then somebody might have somebody on their team that's for a Monday game. How are we feeling before kickoff in about 10 minutes?
So you know what's interesting? I have 3 leagues, and at least 2 of them, the win percentage that has been moving is at exactly 50-50.
Yeah.
To be fair, I only care about the money league.
I'm in 2 leagues. I have good scores in both of them. The free league, I'm going to get my ass kicked. The one that has money involved, the win percentage, you think has fluctuated the whole time. And I'm projected to win. I think it's like a 65%, which means I'm probably going to lose by a lot. But I feel a lot better if it was, 100%, or, there's still players in tonight's games, and I think some in tomorrow's as well. So, yeah.
I got Cooper Kupp. Wait to see what happens here. But
I'm the bad one.
yeah. Is that 64 points to 165? Did I see that right?
Yeah, I'm screwed. Nick Chubb did not get it done today.
You got a weak Chubb today, Adam.
Weak Chubb.
Fun.
Disappointing Chubb?
The performance of Adam's Chubb was inadequate.
It did not score enough.
It did not go the distance. Every intention of penetration, but just could not get it through the defense.
Couldn't quite punch it in.
Hey, fun fact, the same number of Cleveland Browns fans that were inside the stadium today expected a victory as the fans who are outside the stadium.
Some places have had fans, though. Kansas City had fans on their actual people in the building. Jacksonville had fans, which was about their normal attendance anyway when they were beating the Colts. Like, some places did, but the ones that didn't, it was kind of weird. Like, you watch the broadcast and they have the fake crowd noise, and it's like, the crowd seems off. Why are they cheering loudly for this 2-yard run? It's like, oh, that's right, because it's fake.
I maybe made a funny on the Twitter machine when somebody was saying this fake crowd noise on Fox is getting really annoying, and I said it seems pretty mild compared to the fake crowd noise on Fox News.
I like it.
You made it funny on the Twitter machine. I got to revisit this. We missed it, but Chris told us what he was drinking and also what he's eating. A 2015 Del Rio Springs Ravencliff Emeritage. And Amy's making shish kebabs. Chris, if you didn't live an hour away from me, I might make my way your way.
I feel like you're getting all the flex just in one comment, just in case we don't like.
He did also mention that he was setting up his new Denon receiver. I saw that.
Efficient though with his comments,
Like a little
I mean, Chris Burns McBeth is like my height and like 300 plus pounds. So I'm shocked that Yusuf hasn't made him his new best friend yet.
Chris and I have been almost besties for a while, actually.
Oh no, that's on brand.
Yeah. I only associate myself with large former football players or current football players. That's it. Yep. And then like Giselle hot supermodels. That's it. That's what I do. I'm just really a walking stereotype. Like a Saudi oil prince or something.
I was not going down that path.
You were thinking it, and I could see it in your eyes from this far away, and how small you are on the screen. I could see it in your face.
I was just like, today's not my day to shove my foot in my mouth. I'm just.
It would have been a great time for you to drop the joke. Baby, please come to me. I have much oil, many yachts, so many Ferrari. Come my house.
You like golden giraffe? You okay?
I think we may have killed.
When Yusuf does that impersonation, I feel like Liam Neeson is about ready to give him a disturbing phone call.
I don't know who you are. I almost went Sean Connery on that one. Which, could you imagine Sean Connery playing the same role as Liam Neeson in Taken?
I mean, at his current age, no.
That would have been well, first of all, there needed to be a person on staff full time to just clean up the spit from him being like, I don't know who you are. Special set of skills.
Yeah, I like the idea he would have a pop filter over his cell phone,
All right, what do we got for the game that's about to kick off in a few minutes if it hasn't already? I think we're close. But anybody got anybody playing?
Well, I got
My opponents do.
Uh-oh.
I would like a 3-0 Rams victory.
Okay.
With 6 Dak Prescott interceptions, and yeah, that'd be nice.
I need Dak to throw for like 8 touchdowns.
We will have none of that. We don't need
Hey, Adam
that
Green.
talk on today's social distance drinking club.
Hey, Adam Green, if it's 3-0, it's going to be a Jared Goff field goal so I can get some goddamn points from my quarterback spot.
That's fine. Well, okay, I want the Cowboys to not score any points. If they get shut out, I'd be fine. I don't care what the Rams do.
I'm okay with I've got Cooper Kupp in my last wide. Like I think it's my last position that hasn't played for my league this week. So lots of passes to Coop. Just send it to Kupp and just call
That's
it.
fine.
Good.
That's fine.
Great. We're on the same page.
Mhm.
But prediction? What do you think? Who's taking this one?
It's a tough one. Cowboys are probably the better team, but I don't like picking road teams.
All right.
But it's also a road team when there's are there going to be fans at this game, or is this?
Yeah, are there road teams anymore?
It's the new stadium in LA. Like,
So it's a stadium in LA, so there's going to be no fans either way.
yeah.
So here, let's talk about this for a second. We've mentioned it a long time ago, but like statisticians like Freakonomics did an episode about it, and they said that one of the biggest factors in the home team advantage was involuntary home team bias by the officiating team. Like they were like not intentionally swayed, but were swayed, but by 5% or less of the calls that went the way of the home team. If you're just in a stadium with no fans and you're piping in stuff that doesn't even sync up, like we talked about, are we going to see that same kind of margin of bias that's going to make the home team the better pick? What do you think, Brett?
I think we saw that in the 49ers Cardinals game because there was 2 pretty highly questionable calls if it was not my team that was the beneficiary of some like late hits on the quarterback. And they were on the road in San Francisco, but there was no fans there. And I don't think that gets made in San Francisco if there's fans there, to be honest.
By my count, 6 road teams have won already this week. So, there's a lot of players too who do feed off crowd noise, feed off that intensity. And when you don't have that on the field, it's almost like a glorified practice, like a scrimmage for them against another team. Obviously, it counts. But the things that make it football for them, like these guys have been playing in front of packed stadiums for their entire careers, like in college and the pros, and to have no one in the stands or to have 10,000 people there, it's a different environment.
I personally think like it's a performance art, even though it's a sport that's athletic. The same thing applies in terms of theater, stand-up comedy, improv. Like when I was performing, if you have an audience that you can feed off of, the energy you can feed off of, you perform better. And I think that would apply here. PJ threw a really good question out here. How weird is it that there are no fans in the stadium, and is it harder to watch? Now, that's the question for us as the consumers. Is it harder to watch? I almost didn't really care whether or not there was anybody there when I watched.
I mean, as an Arizona Wildcats football fan, it felt pretty normal to me.
Did you just admit that it was okay to not have any fans at the stadium because nobody watches Wildcat football?
Bro, I'm a season ticket holder in Phoenix. I can make whatever fucking joke I want to about Arizona. You're the school that didn't sell out hosting the Pac-12 championship game at home.
Well, the difference is that your stadium is half the size of ours because we used to be the Cardinal Stadium. Also, the Pope didn't come to your school, so you calm it.
That math does not check out.
AC/DC didn't perform in Tucson, okay?
We're not closer to the highway, man.
I'm just saying. All right, predictions. Rams, Cowboys. Let's just pick one. I'm not going to put a score on the table. You guys don't have to pick one. Pick a score, but pick a team. What do you think? Rams, Cowboys.
I think Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I hate it. I want it to be Rams, but it's going to be Cowboys.
I'm rooting for a tie where they both lose.
Right? Yeah.
Everybody loses when there's a tie, Brett. I've seen 2 ties in my life, and neither one of them were enjoyable. in any way.
You know, that statement holds up for your professional career as well.
You were there, Adam, you were there for the big tie with the Cardinals and the Seahawks, right?
Yeah, Cardinals Seahawks where both teams' kickers missed chip shot field goals in overtime that would have won it. And then I was at the tie the Cardinals had last year for week 1 against Detroit, where they came back to tie the game and went through 15 minutes of overtime and no one was able to win. So it's ties are strange because especially I remember being in the locker room after the Seahawks one. That was 2016, and like everyone acted like they lost. Like it wasn't like, and they didn't obviously, but the mood was just like everyone was pissed. Like it's the same as after a loss. It's because it was a Donovan McNabb back, and they didn't even know you could tie for a little while. It was like he was a 10-year NFL veteran. He knew it was possible.
In hindsight, did it really prepare everyone for the year 2020, where nobody feels like they won anything?
2020, where nobody feels like they won anything. I think today,
by the way, I'll take the Cowboys to win the game. I don't like it.
I'm a Giants fan. I hate the Cowboys, but again, I think they probably are going to get it done.
Okay. And Brett, you took
Cowboys.
I will be the odd man out and say the Rams win this game.
Tell us why. Give us your analysis.
Simply because I'm a betting man and I like being the underdog on this one. So I'm assuming I've got a 3-1 odd on this bet. Let's bet a mixed 4-pack from our favorite bottle shop, unnamed, any place. Let's bet one right now. And if I lose, I will buy all 3 of you a mixed 4-pack.
Of what quality?
You pick the beers, all 3 of you. If I lose, so if the Rams win, you guys each owe me a 4-pack. In?
Probably.
In. Let's go. The game's started.
Now, why not?
In now. All right.
Why not?
He's in. Are you in, Brett?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Here.
And when I lose, I somehow have to go spend probably $100 on beer to bring to all 3 of you.
Hey, real quick, Yusuf, now that you made that bet, name 3 Rams players.
Not necessary. That's not how I gamble. I just
That's important.
Habibi, I just rolling the dice and see what happens. It's okay. You have money like this, you just roll the dice.
The best part is we've named at least 2 already on this show.
We have.
And also, the odds don't help you in this bet because, like, either you get 3 4-packs or you have to buy 3 4-packs. Like,
it's a big bet, man. It's called being the house. I'm the house. That's it. All right. As we get to wrap up before everybody goes and watches the game, we'll just quickly scroll through these scores. I will tell you guys that obviously, you know, I'm a biased Bills fan because my father went to college in Buffalo and forced me to be a Bills fan. So that was an exciting game to watch. The Packers game was wild.
a lot of points.
Yeah, I was at Casey's Woodshed helping him out today, and it used to be a Packers bar, so a lot of people showed up to watch that game, and that was a fun one to watch. That was a slaughter, but Browns-Ravens. Anything in particular you guys enjoyed watching, other than, of course, our very own Cardinals taking the Niners?
All our family is from Georgia, and so being a Falcons fan is kind of just the default position there. So it always sucks when they lose. I can't say surprisingly to the Seahawks, but at the same time, it's like we always want Falcons to win just so the fam is happy.
Hey, Adam Ledford, how does Matt Ryan have like 450 yards passing with 3 receivers over 100 yards receiving and lose that badly?
I don't know. Don't go up 27-3. Are we in familiar territory here? No. I have no idea, man. Like they seem to find ways to lose games in the last few years.
Brett, I can help you out with that one, Brett, because unlike fantasy football, yards don't count on the scoreboard.
By the way, can you go back to that scoreboard so we can see how Tom Brady is enjoying retirement in Florida?
I was about to bring that up. That was my last thing to touch on. So I'm glad you mentioned it. It's going great for old Braidskis, and I played Gronk today too. So I'm sure they're having a blast together.
I wouldn't worry about Tampa Bay.
I drafted Gronk, and I was in a snake draft with the last pick. I drafted Gronk in the TJ Hawkinson. I forget how to pronounce his last name. The guy that was like a high pick that smoked the Cardinals last year. Is like, these are both upside picks for very different reasons. And somebody mocked me for drafting back-to-back tight ends. And after today, I know why I did that.
Which one did you play today?
Ugh, Gronk.
Okay.
But you know what? I didn't have a better choice because I had Eifert and Gronk. I played Gronk. It was like 1 point more.
Yusuf, can I help you guys out with the Gronk thing, though, in Tampa Bay? Like, obviously, Brady's not what he used to be, but New Orleans is a really good football team. They might be the best team in the NFC. And if anyone remembers when Bruce Arians first took over the Cardinals, Carson Palmer was very average for the first, 6-7 games as he learned the system. Give Brady some time. He'll be okay. He's not going to be Tom Brady of 5 years ago, but they'll put up some points. Don't worry.
He's not going to be a young 38-year-old Tom Brady of 5 years ago.
But he looks really good. And if you guys watched that show on, I think it was Netflix, where Tom Brady was just cloning himself repeatedly. I can't remember the name of it. I know. We'll talk. It was really funny. It was really, really funny. Okay. By the way, did we see our dear friend Alex Okafor play football today? Because he is on the Chiefs, right?
That was Thursday. He did play, though.
It's Thursday. Okay, that's right. That game was Thursday. We did see him. Okay. Well, I missed that. Alex, if you're watching, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry I missed it.
But congrats on the win.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us, and go enjoy the heck out of our first Sunday Night Football of 2020. There's hope yet that there are things that'll make us happier and happier as the rest of the year goes on. But don't forget, wear a mask and wash your damn hands. Because we want to go to actual football games.
Real quick, if you look at PJ's last comment, is he saying that Tom Brady has an ass that's the greatest of all time?
Or is it like a goat, like the animal?
I will leave this one to interpretation, as the comment says something about Tom Brady's GOAT ass, which is just a goat donkey.
You really missed the opportunity to say, I'm going to let that one breathe for a minute and just linger out there.
You want me to just air it out? Yikes. Yikes, indeed. Thank you guys for joining us. It was a lot of fun having people here in between games, but I think this game has started, has it not?
It has. The Rams are actually up 7-0.
The Rams are up 7-0.
Mm-hmm.
An illegal live stream and just stream the game and sit here and talk about it the whole time.
I may or may not have watched some of the Tampa Bay New Orleans game on Periscope earlier.
You're a terrible person. The piracy police are coming for you.
It wasn't in my net. Like, we had to watch the Cardinals-Niners game. That was the one that was on TV.
He's mad at slang.
Those people are stricter than the CDC. Be careful.
I also think I did anything illegal. I just pulled up Periscope. The people who were streaming it, they might get in trouble, I would think.
It's true.
Is that how it works? I don't know. I don't know the law.
I don't know either. People are still joining, which is hilarious as we're at the show. Thank you guys for joining us. Go watch some football. If you don't like football, rewatch this show from the beginning, but it was still about football. It was a lot of – this has been another episode of Social Distance Drinking Club, the halftime show, and I think we'll do it again. They're nice. They're short. They're fun. They're sweet. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Salud.
Do I like Tom Brady's ass?